Madam Chair, and I speak against this amendment. With all due respect to my friend from Maryland, let me give you some of the reasons why. Again, I live on the border. I don't just go down there and visit a few hours, so I'm familiar with the situation down there and what we're seeing down there. Again, I do want to emphasize that last week, the president of Mexico was at the White House, and we know what the president had promised. We're going to build this wall, and we're going to have Mexico paid for this wall. And I did not hear "Dónde está el cheque?" which is Spanish for "Where's the check?" From the Mexican president. So I do want to say that I believe in private property rights, and I want to make sure that we understand the facts here. First of all, we've had a wall that even the wind has knocked down. If you recall, I think it was in Central California, Madam Chair, CBP agent Carlos Petones had said that the wall had not been set correctly on this. So there are issues with the wall itself, the fence. But let me give you the facts on two things. Let me first talk about how people come across, and then I'll talk about the drugs itself. If you look at how people come across, I would say for the last 10 years, the primary mode of entry of the undocumented population to the United States have been visa overstays. That is, the visa overstays. If you look at this, you will see that DHS, and I'm not quoting a newspaper, but DHS numbers from 2016 to 2017, the people who overstayed their visa accounted for 62% of the newly undocumented immigrants. So they're not totally coming across the river, they're coming in through visa overstays. And the number one violator is not Mexico or Central America, but it is Canada. I emphasize our friends to the north, Canada itself. Now let's talk about drugs, and I certainly want to see more Border Patrol. I want to see technology. I want to make sure that we stop the drugs from coming in. But again, not quoting a newspaper, but quoting the official numbers from CBP, looking at what comes in between ports of entry and what comes through the ports of entry. If you look at the drugs that have come in, you will see that in FY19, 89% of the cocaine that came into the United States came through ports of entry, not in between ports. If you look at the cocaine, that was cocaine. If you look at the heroin, 84% of the heroin that came in came through ports of entry and not in between ports. If you look at what you've been emphasizing, my good friend from Maryland, and here are the facts, 92% of the fentanyl came through ports of entry. I emphasize, 92% of the fentanyl that you keep talking about have come in through ports of entry. And again, we want to stop all the drugs coming in, whether they're from Mexico, China, or India, when you talk about fentanyl, but 92% of the drugs, of the fentanyl have come in. When you look at meth, 81% of the meth coming into the United States have come through ports of entry. So yes, I want to make sure that we have law and order at the border. But I would say that even you looking at the FBI statistics, I can pick almost any city in Maryland, and I will tell you that the border cities are safer than almost any city in Maryland. And I can venture that very safely. So again, I want to make sure that we have law and order at the border. I want to make sure that we stop the drugs. But if we're going to put resources, and we'll have a chance tomorrow on Homeland, that we put it where it belongs. 92% of the fentanyl coming into the United States come through ports of entry, not in between. So again, without due respect to my friend from Maryland, those are the facts. Don't want to confuse anybody with the facts, but we need to make sure that we do this correctly. I want to make sure that we stop drugs from coming in, but let's do it in the right way. And for those reasons, I oppose, without due respect, my friend from Maryland's amendment.